I'm Sarah Iverson. I've been a research audiologist here at Starkey since 2021 when I finished my Doctor of Audiology degree. I chose to come to Starkey because I really thought that in the clinic I was making a difference, one patient or one life at a time. And while I loved doing that, I really wanted to get behind the scenes. I wanted to join Starkey and see how we made these great hearing aids that would help people every day. And I think that's exactly what I've gotten to do here. By being a research audiologist, I get to work with my research participants still. I see them as my patients, but then I get to help make sure that we're putting out the best hearing aids that we can. Clinical research gets involved in the product cycle very early on. We do all sorts of early testing when there's a novel feature or a new app that we'd like to try out with real patients. After we do all that testing, we then go into our clinical design validation. And that's where we put it all together. We put together all those new features, the new hearing aid hardware designs, new hearing aid accessories, and we test it all as one big system. We get to have our patients try out all the different aspects of it, working just how it will work in the field when we release our product to market. I focus on those clinical design validation studies. So I focus all the way at the end of our product cycle where I fit the research participants, I see them, they see me like I'm their audiologist for those weeks or those months where we're working together on the whole hearing aid system. I get to be their advocate and make sure that their needs are being met by the hearing aids and that we're making them a hearing aid that they'll want to wear every day. Our role extends beyond just what we do in the lab with our participants. Once we collect all of that valuable data, we want to make sure that it gets out into the world. We take that data, we analyze it, we interpret it, we write up white papers, and we bring our information and our data to conferences to share with others. We even submit to scientific journals to make sure that our data get out into the world and hearing care professionals and the patients who might wear our hearing aids get to know all the data about where they came from. To me, the biggest challenge is knowing that I'm the person who gets to see all these research participants come in and they get to tell me the good and the bad. I need to make sure that I'm being the strongest advocate that I can be, bringing all of that important information back to our engineering teams to make sure that at the end of the day, Starkey is still doing what's right by the patient. Day to day, the biggest reward of my work is definitely seeing my research participants come back after wearing our study hearing aids for the weeks or months that they're participating and telling me something personal about them. They tell me things like they heard the birds for the first time in so long, or they were finally able to carry on that conversation with their grandkids who they just told me about in the weeks prior. But beyond that, when I leave work, I get to go out into the world and I get to spot people wearing Starkey hearing aids, the hearing aids that I worked on and I feel I contributed to, and that brings me a huge amount of satisfaction. Like I mentioned, my team writes all sorts of white papers. You can look online, you can go to our Starkey Pro website and get those white papers there. Those are data that we collect. Many other groups contribute as well. They all collect other invaluable data, but you can certainly look at the Starkey Pro website to get more information about all of our features and products. We also like to have a big presence at national and even global conferences. We love talking to you all, so please come find us at those conferences and ask us questions. Ask us what you've always wanted to know about Starkey or our features or our hearing aids, and we'd be more than happy to talk.